Welcome to BCS Media and to Brown County Junior High School. I'm Marie.
And I'm Aiden. We are talking with our principal, Mr. Brian Garman, about STEM. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Math. Mr. Garman, welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Mr. Garman, can you describe the STEM program for Indiana schools?
Well, the Indiana Department of Education has a STEM certification. And essentially what that means is that it's a pretty extensive rubric that you have to meet a lot of different criteria to be able to be qualified as a STEM school. So it's something that we started thinking about last fall. It's something that we think would be a great benefit to our school. So we are actively pursuing that right now. But it is a process. It takes some time to actually get your school transformed into a STEM school and get that certification.
Right. Do middle schools have to be certified to offer the STEM program? And if so, what is the process?
No, you don't have to be certified. I think that probably the idea behind that is if you're going to go to all the work to become a STEM school and really buy into the curricular changes that come with that, for us, it was like, why would you not want to become a STEM certified school? So if you're going to do all the work, you might as well get the acknowledgement from the state for it. So it is a process. The big thing is it's a real transformative kind of thing as far as the instructional paradigm that you're going to use in your school. It's a lot more authentic assessments and learning, more critical thinking and problem solving based. And so it is a process. The first process was to do a self-analysis or evaluation, which we did. And I had an interview with the state. It was pretty long, about 30-minute interview where we just kind of talked about where we saw ourselves, and they gave us feedback. We have to then do an official application to the state. That will happen sometime between now and December. And then after December, they'll come in and actually do an audit of the building. They'll take a look at our curriculum. They'll view classrooms. They'll see what we're doing. And they'll make a determination as to whether or not we are certified at that time. It's not uncommon for schools not to get certification the first time. It's very common for them to say, you're doing a great job, but here's some areas we think you need to improve in. And then you just we work on those areas, and then you reapply for the certification again. And eventually, you hope you get the certification. So that's kind of the process.
Is it exciting to be part of an elite group of certified STEM schools? And what impact will this have on our school?
Well, it is. It's exciting. I think it's a neat opportunity to kind of set Brown County Junior High School apart from other schools in the state. There's not a lot of STEM certified middle schools in the state. But it's bigger than that for me and for our staff. It's really about what we think is in the best interest of our students and how we deliver instruction. We think critical thinking and problem solving and authentic learning and assessments are really what our students should be doing. We think that being able to think is the most critical thing that you need to leave the junior high school with and leave school with. Yeah. Is be able to go out into the real world and solve problems for yourself. So for us, it would be great to have that certification. It would be a nice acknowledgement for the school, but it's much bigger than that. It's really about what we think is the most powerful way to deliver instruction to students.
So how will STEM program affect other curricular areas?
Well, that's a really good question. So as you mentioned earlier about what STEM stands for, science, technology, engineering, and math, and what we will use that as the foundation for interdisciplinary education, meaning that all of our subject areas will be tied together. We don't feel like any subject area is necessarily any more important than another, but STEM is a nice platform to then pull in all the subject areas. So we will develop themes and units of study that language arts will support, art will support, music will support, social studies will support, so that we feel like the entire school is really looking at a problem or a topic or a theme at the same time and looking at it critically from all different angles. Research shows that the more points you can connect for people, not just students, but anyone, the better and more in-depth the understanding is for people. So we feel like interdisciplinary education is really important, and so it's one of our goals. So all the subject areas will be directly involved in this.
That's good.
So will we need additional resources for STEM?
Well, that's another great question. We're going to need some. I think some of that's yet to be determined. We did just receive a grant from the Indiana Department of Education, a digital learning grant that was $75,000, which will help us with the kind of the digital part of that, because part of what they want to see in STEM is that you're using technology in all subject areas. So that's going to be really helpful there. It's also going to help us purchase something called Defined STEM, which is a curriculum that is really an outstanding curriculum. It's already put together. It's STEM based. It also is really directly what we're looking for, which is that critical thinking, problem solving kind of authentic learning stuff. So that will help us purchase that. It'll help us get some professional development for our teachers. It's also going to help us. The school board's also approved our initiative, and they've allocated some money that will help us purchase materials for social studies, for language arts, that will also help kind of connect all those dots in that interdisciplinary learning model.
So do teachers need training and certification to teach STEM-related classes?
Well, teachers don't need certification to teach STEM. Obviously, if you're going to teach one of the STEM subjects, you have to be certified in that subject area. But as far as the kind of the interdisciplinary approach that we're taking, no, because in language arts, for example, whatever our theme and topic would be, it's going to be from a language arts perspective. So if we're looking at viruses in biology, and the math is connected to that, and the technology and Mr. Llewellyn's engineering class is connected to that, then they're going to be looking at that from a language perspective. So no, it is a different type of teaching model. So we're going to need some professional development for teachers to kind of talk about how do we really do a really effective interdisciplinary model, and how do we really teach critical thinking and problem solving every day in our classrooms. That requires a little bit, I think, of extra training. But as far as licenses, no.
What is the timeline for implementing the STEM program, and will it affect our scheduling for next year?
Well, it won't really affect our scheduling much for next year. I mean, we really have everything in place that we need to do this. And we're going to get started right away. But it'll be a process. I mean, this isn't something, when you profoundly change something like this is going to be changing, it takes time to implement it. So we're going to get started right away, and you'll probably see some small changes and notice some things. And then over a course of time, maybe 2 years or 3 years, we want to see it really be implemented fully. But it is a major shift in what we're doing, so it does take some time. But we're going to jump right in it, and we're going to work toward our STEM certification. And maybe the timeline won't be as long as we think, and maybe we'll get our certification in 2018. That would be really nice.
Well, I'm excited to see how the STEM.
We're excited too.
I'm ready for this. So, Mr. Garman, thank you and the STEM team members for all the work that you went into making Brown County Junior High School a state-certified STEM school.
And thank you for watching. I'm Marie.
And I'm Maiden. We hope to see you on our next program. Have a great day.